Hello everyone and welcome back once again. It is a pleasure to show you one of the case studies we did for a brand, asking just one question and being able to generate 50k new customers for them. So without any further ado, let's get started. So I want to talk about the brand. Basically, to solve the problem of exhaustion of time and still have ladies look beautiful, outgoing and sharp for any given day. So a major concern that they had apart from the brand was in generating sustainable cash flow. And I know that for some businesses this is a problem. So I just want to solve that for you real quick and show you exactly what we did. So this is a case study and this is everything that has to do with the framework and the blueprints that we applied to getting them 50k new customers, giving them that kind of extraordinary and profitable results. So usually before we start, we go through what we call brand audit, trying to understand the values and the attributes of the brand, the specialty, so they can use that to pitch it to their customers to endear them for more businesses. So observation when we started the audit was that there was no consumer-centric business approach. So they were assuming the needs of the consumer a lot. Like if you saw before I started with the about us, you see that it is a little bit defined. Before then, they didn't have that kind of an about us where you're talking about effortless, you're talking about timeliness, you're talking about still being fashionable and beautiful and still being outgoing, distinct and sharp. All these things were not included. So you could see that they were just all over the place. That's the thing. So talking about the brand now, we had to identify areas that customers usually come to them for. So this was it. We had to allow them to specialize. We had to allow them to identify who they were, what they were in for, and what they wanted to make happen for their customers. So one thing that was that even the main traffic source, the marketplace, going to the market, and we know right now that consumer attention is online. In the marketplace, when we're talking about the marketplace, we're talking about where people's attention are, all right? That's where people are focusing on right now, to go in there in search of value and stuff like that. Consciously, unconsciously, sometimes people start online. Today, social media is one of those media traffic sources. So social media is like your TV. It's all those things, and that's really a basic place. So they had low social media engagement, and we had to solve for that, which majorly led to low sales. So of course, people didn't see them, people didn't know them. I mean, there are a lot of things I could tell you, but it led to low sales, and we had to solve that as well. So this is the audit before and after. So you can see us taking the audit from the time that we talked about April, May, June, July. So like 2 months, we now started the campaign working proper. So this is it. We had to take a quick audit before we started. So you can see an average post reach, you can see, and the post engagement 72 and 1 new page likes in just 1 month. In just 1 month, they've only reached about 303 people. In total post engagement 72 and 1 new page like. So we're going to see that the reach, in fact, that's the summary that's there. And you see for every post, it's hard for them to get a like and all this kind of thing. So this is just where. So we're going to see where we started, where they were, and where they are now after we engage with them and helping them to attract more customers for their businesses. So this is just the before. So let's look forward to the after. So this is what we did to solve the problem. The first thing that I want to say is that for the 21st century business, people need to know you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you. Now, all the systems, you need to be able to answer them appropriately. They need to know you, and they need to fall in love with you, and they need to trust that you are not going to scam them or something, that you are to be trusted, you are reliable. And these are all the things. I mean, if you're going to be in a little relationship, this is where the conversation usually revolves around you, because sometimes it's not just about money, all right? Sometimes they may have to trade their time in exchange for a lot of things, and basically they need to know you, they need to like you, they need to trust you and see that you're credible, you're reliable, and you're worth doing business with, so you don't get hurt. So it's the same thing, and it's about relationship building. That's everything. So relationships first, and then we talk about the solution proper. So in the solution proper, what we did first was to set a goal. You never can know where you want to hit if you don't set a destination, you don't set a target, you don't set a direction. I mean, you're not going to be able to spot where you're going. You're not going to be able to spot the results you're looking for. How would you know if you're successful? So we had to set a goal. We had to redefine the brand, something I told you in the earlier build-up phase and conversation that we had. We had to redefine the brand, and define who we are in the market for. A lot of times, I don't know if you try doing something for someone and someone said, no, don't worry, thank you. Like the person, all right, is already satisfied. The person who is already okay. Like you're telling me, I don't have headache. And you're trying to sell me a paracetamol. Like, it to be a hard sell. So you always want to sell to the starving crowd. You need to understand who are the people that are looking for these things. That's how it is. Because chances are, before you even started or before you fell in love with it, if you did your industry analysis, there are categories of people that are into this. If you complain about it, minimum there are 1 billion people who are interested in this stuff. It might not be 1 billion people instantly, but 1 billion people over a lifetime that will be interested in the kinds of services and the values that you stand for and you live by. So this is the brand audit that you came with, just a single sheet that we could share around with your members of the team and members of our team as well, working with them to understand the brand values and what they stand for and what they wish to make happen in the world and the big mission. So you see the big mission here is over 500 million people wearing Jim Dazzle braided wigs across the globe. We want to reach out to like 250 million. All right, so in a lifetime or maybe in 10 years, but we want to reach that. That's a goal, and we're pursuing that as much as possible. So this is the customer, exactly the customer profile, the exact target audience or demographics, or the kind of customers they're looking for. So this is the person who are going after. We had to give her a name, Angela, age 30, and occupation. She has to be working professionals, because then they are the people that really have the challenge with managing this time and knowing things to look sharp, outgoing for the business. We picked a city that was Lakeview. We chose an average lifestyle budget. In other words, after the salary, the person has a discretionary fund of about $5,000, and they're interested in fashion a little bit. They have interest in going for fashion. They want to look outgoing. They want to look, oh, look at this. I could look sharp for TV commercials. I could look sharp for businesses that I'm doing, and all those kinds. And the goals majorly was to be expressive, outgoing, feel confident on a daily basis. So if I don't look good, I'm gonna be very, very uncomfortable about people's perception of me, and that's what the brand also sought to handle for their customers. So the concern about cost and time. So we have to find a price point that will not be so outrageous, and then it's also delivering in terms of everything, and make sure that we provided the value in those regards. And we realized that the media she consumes mostly was Facebook platforms, Instagram to be specific, and TikTok for some relaxation and recreational purposes. And so that's the summary. We say that Angela is a female executive who loves to see the world through the bright side of her own eyes. Active in the corporate world, and envisions herself running a successful company while fitting in without fear in a near men-driven world. So she wants to feel confident, she wants to feel sharp, she wants to be herself, and she wants to bring it on and be the best of herself. And that's just it. And so it's really beautiful what the brand sought to make happen for their customers, or we're really seeking to make happen for their customers, and that's what we're in the business for. Because what your brand stands for, or the values that which your brand stands for, should also be the values to which your customers are also looking in anticipation. That means who you are and what you do and why you do what you do should also be in purpose to what the customer is actually looking for, the standards that the customer is also looking for to meet. So whatever your product is, it needs to also align with the values of your end consumer. If not, attraction is not going to occur. And so in summary to the brand, like I said, it was timeless. It needs to be timeless. It needs to be whatever they're producing, it needs to be timeless. It needs to be fashionable, and most importantly, it needs to be effortless. So effortless, timeliness, and fashionable. Of course, you have to provide something that is of quality and durable and of value. So that's it. So, like I said, after we were done with redefining the customer, I had to show you what those profiles and those processes were. We had to be involved in the marketing strategy. It was now time for marketing strategy proper. So we adopted, it's very important, we adopted a no links click marketing campaign. Now, some people don't really do this, But you see that we're coming from a different tactical approach to show you that, we're not conventional, and this was how we got the results we did. So sometimes you have to work with people who are expertise, who know where to pull the strings and what kind of strings to pull that will not be so breaking on the bank, that will not break the bank in terms of getting you the results that you're looking for. So we adopted a no links clicked marketing campaign to increase engagement purposes across mainstream social media. So we know that social media, one kind of thing, the algorithm rewards engagement. So when you have a lot of people engaging, automatically this platform thinks that your post is relevant, and then automatically shows your post much more, to newer audiences, because it thinks it's valuable, because these are bots and programs. It thinks it's valuable, shows to newer audiences and more lookalike audiences. So at the end of it, your budget is being reduced, while this platform, especially Facebook, rewards you with free traffic. And that's how you see it with these things. You'll be able to see exactly what it is, because, well, I'm going to show you, like, from the statistics and the analytics, you're going to be able to see exactly how it turned out. So don't argue, everything is going to be here in black and white for you to see, and we'll have links for you to go back and review the campaign itself. It still exists, and know what to do. So the results proper right now, so you can see we started at 338. Remember the results campaign, and look at where we are. Just in the next 28 days, in just 1 month, we had increased to 4.7k post reach, where we increased to 135 engagement. And because we didn't have external link clicks, so we started having people clicking on their Instagram accounts and things like that to be able to access more of a value, get to know about her and stuff like that. So you can see a spike in subsequent post engagement afterwards. So, like, if you do the right things will happen. Someone said that one thing, technology can make them more you. If you do the right things happen. These things are tools, but your understanding and the utility of these tools is what determines to what extent you'll be successful. So you could say, some people are not making money on social media. Now it really works. Social media is not dead. It's active. It's here. It's valuable. You should use it, and this is one of the things why you should use it. So you can see that traditionally, these are the kinds of pictures on the left. These are the kinds of pictures that she usually posted, the brand posted. So we had to get a photographer, so pictures were taken to clearly represent and distinguish the brand and come up with a more relatable feel. So we needed a personalized touch to these things so that it could sell. So we brought in a local photographer, we handled a local photographer, and the person did a photo shoot, and you could see that from 6 likes, we now have 25 likes on average post, because this was not the post that we did in engagement. We started getting involved, and a lot of people from one post started going on engaging on other ones and started engaging with the brand. So this was just a single post. After 4 hours, you can see the first time we did the post just skyrocketed. So you can see the difference. If you don't bring someone to audit your brand and really know what your consumers are, there's sometimes that if you're selling dolls could sell, but now you see the difference with a personalized feel. And what would that mean for your business if you have this kind of engagement? What would that mean for a business? I mean, these things are just black and white for you to understand. And so you can see that this is insights that were taken within the week. So you can see again in the page insights, you can see that it's very, very credible. So it won't be like something that we just came up with. You can see the spikes definitely for you to understand that this was real and this happened in real time. And this was a campaign that we launched, that I said, no links click. It was an engagement campaign. And you can see in just 3 days, we had 169, because it was already a test campaign, but you can see a lot of people engaging with it. And this was a question we asked, which would boost your confidence so you can know what it is that they want. And then anyone that is specialized, just to engage with them and know that, oh, and you're really interested in these things, like, okay, so we're like, okay, we have something, you would like to see a collection, and then maybe pick. And then at the end of it, they get to be more aware of that. What we just want to know what the customers like, so that, and then you get them involved. So it's not really about just building product, it's about building a consumer-centric product. So you can look at the post engagements that we have. You can see the responses. When the person said, long does well for me, he said, okay, would you like to get it? Please send a DM if you would like to get one. And then you see we did an under 2K laser focus targeting to warm the algorithm. This was just a test, and then we follow up. So this was just a test. We scaled big time on this, and we got a partnership deal too. You can see that someone was like, okay, let's do business together. So I don't know what you're looking for in your business, but this thing works. I mean, who is it that lights a candle and put it on the bushel? But if you think it's someone else, you're trying to tell someone there's something that the person can do better, make the life person better and stuff like that, then why are you hiding? You need to tell the world, and everybody needs to see it. So that's really what this is. And I'm just telling you, don't go into hiding. Do something. You want help? Of course, we're available to help you with that. So in conclusion, every brand and business has the tendency to be successful when you can uncover what makes it unique in the face of other opposing market competition. So this is it about Jim Dazzle understanding what makes their brand special and being able to push that to their customers and then get value and get the customers to engage with the brand, and then transactions now start to occur. So thank you so much for your time and for sticking with us on this juncture. We'd like to appreciate you, and still, if you have questions, you can feel free to reach out to us on the website at thefifthmile.com. So cheers and good luck.